Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a sort of tutorial slash get ready with me using my Pan Those Eyeshadows. I had a request to do this, so today I'm going to do it. And if you haven't seen my Pan Those Eyeshadows product, I will have it in the description box. But yeah, I'm just going to zoom you in a bit. And I'm going to start by taking a Colourpop Dream Street palette in Shooting Star on a Sigma E35 brush. I don't have a plan of what I'm going to do. I did start to film this video like 2 days ago in the evening, but then like I did the eye makeup and like filmed it, but then I was going to just wet my sponge and my boyfriend said, oh, should we start like making dinner? And I was like, okay. And then I didn't have the energy to film after that because my favorite show on TV was on after we were done eating dinner. So yeah, today I'm going to film again, and excuse if you can see like I'm super dry right here, so if it doesn't blend here, like excuse that, but I did one of those where I like swatch every shade in a palette. So I put on one eyeshadow like all over my lid and blend it up into the crease, and then I take a photo and then I do like the next shadow in that palette, and every time I like wipe it off, my eye gets like super dry, especially in here. So excuse my like crustiness here if you can see that. But yeah, I'm just taking Shooting Star into my crease. And I have already done my brows, as you can see. And I did already prime my eyelid using MAC Painterly Paint Pot. And then I set it with a shadow that is close to my skin tone. Like, I'm gonna show you some pan porn right there. Look at that. Oh, can't see it. Look at that pan. And this is only from using it as like a base shadow. So yeah, I'm not using this on my face, only to set my eyeshadow primer. So yeah, pan porn right there. Okay, let's continue. I'm just continuing fluffing this into my crease. Something like that. And then I'm going to take Matt Garcia from the Balm Meet Matte Nude palette. And I'm going to take that on the same brush and also fluff it into my crease, but a bit lower down so that I get it more concentrated into my crease. I think I'm going to take Shooting Star again from Colourpop, and I'm going to try to get it more like here on the inner part of my crease. And then I'm just going to take a sort of clean fluffy brush and I'm going to blend out the edges. I rarely do this when I do my makeup for just for pictures or for everyday, but every time I film I feel like I need to take a clean fluffy brush and just fluff it out. Okay, so now I'm going to take a very dirty brush. And I'm going to take Matt Garcia again from the Balm, and I'm going to put that on my outer corner, like more concentrated. And go back and forth between all of the brushes I'm using. Okay, and now I'm going to go into the Urban Decay Electric palette, and I'm going to take Slow Burn, which is this shade, and I included this in my last update. Just going to take a tiny bit on my brush, and then I'm just going to warm up the perimeter, or I'm going to warm up the entire eye look using this. So I'm just taking the same brush as I did before, which is a bit dirty now, and just sort of fluffing it over and then blending that out. And then I'm taking the flat brush again with slow burn and concentrating it more in the outer corner on top of the brown. And now I'm going to take a concealer from Anastasia Beverly Hills on a concealer brush. And I'm going to cut my crease with this. So what I do is I just place some concealer here onto my lid, and then I just look straight forward into my mirror, and then you can see I sort of have a line. Maybe you can see it. I sort of have a line, and then so I just sort of meet that line, because that's how I know where I want to cut my crease. And then sometimes I go in with a smaller brush and sort of cleans up the edge tiny bit. But I'm not the most precise when I do my cut creases. Okay, let's leave it like that. And then I'm just going to take my finger and sort of pat on the concealer just to sort of blend it out, because otherwise it might crease. And then I'm going to take a flat brush and the shade Limelight from Makeup Geek. And this sort of has some hard pan, so I'm just going to do the tape method. And like, excuse the crustiness on my eyelid. But I'm just gonna put this all over. And then I'm just going to take my finger and sort of intensify it. Now I'm going to take another flat brush, or like the one we used before, and I'm going to take Synergy from the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette. And I'm going to pat this over the edge of the green and sort of blend it into the brown. And then I'm going to go back and forth between those two brushes. And sort of blend it out a bit right here, where I don't want it to be like a cut crease. Something like that. And I'm just going to do the same on the other eye, and then I will be right back. Okay, so this is what the eyes are currently looking at. So looking like. So let's move on to the base makeup, and I thought I would just film it since I am going to include some product pan items like this one, and then also some favorites and some first impressions. So let's just dive in. I'm going to grab this one just on the back of my hand. I've been using this primer quite a bit lately, and it doesn't really do much for me. I don't think it like enhances the longevity of my makeup. I don't know. The thing with this primer that I quite like is that it goes very well with a lot of different foundations that I have, because I have a lot of primers that don't go with like all of my foundations, and I feel like this one really does. So that is sort of why I keep using it. Especially with the foundation I'm going to use today. I feel like no other primer goes with this one except for this one. So, but I'm going to use the Chanel Perfection Lumiere Velvet in the shade 10 Beige, and this is in both of those are in my Product Pan Roulette collab that I'm doing with Rebecca. I'm just going to shake it up. As you can probably hear if I didn't cut it out, there is like a ball inside of this one, and so you have to like shake it up. I can't believe there's still like product coming out of here. I thought I would be done with this before the end of February, I believe. But then I was like, okay, it wasn't done yet. It will definitely be done before the update to my like Project Pan Roulette collab. But then it wasn't, and it's still not done, so I don't know how. There's so much product in there. But like when I did my update last, I did not like it at all. But now I'm sort of, yeah, you will see. It's okay. Like it covers okay. It's like a medium coverage. And I mix it with the LA Girl Pro Coverage like whitener, just because it's too dark for me. Yeah, here. And I'm just going to blend that out with my Real Techniques sponge. It does look like it's a tiny bit light, like on my face, but that's just because I have discoloration. Because if you compare to my neck, it looks good. So that's what I always do. I like color match to my neck, and then I think the undertone is pretty okay as well. And then I just bronze up my face. Like I want the pale parts of my face to match my like décolletage area, because this is very pale, but then sort of my arms are a bit darker, and then I want like my bronzed areas to match like my arms more, because they get more sun than like this area. I usually don't do my brows first, but today I was sort of waiting on my camera battery to charge, so I thought I would go ahead and do them. But I don't really like blending in foundation like after I've done my brows. And now I'm just taking the ABH concealer in 0.5, and I'm going to put that underneath my eyes. I just take like a tiny bit and just put it under my eyes and blend it out with my beauty blender. And I like to use this to sort of roughly clean up the edges of my eyeshadow like that. And then I like to take my bronzer, which is a cream bronzer, and I'm taking that with a Sueva 122 small stipple brush. And I'd like to take this, oops, a bit too much, but I like to take this on my temples and forehead like that. And then just bronze up my cheeks. And then I like to go in and set my concealer, but first I sort of pat it out. I just find that when I set my under eye concealer before I do my bronzer, I sometimes get some separation here on my cheeks, which is fine because I cover it up with highlighter, but I still like to do the bronzer before setting my under eye. And for this I'm using like the Makeup Store compact powder in translucent, because this is really fine meal powder. And then I like to tap out the creases in my forehead before going in with powder. And today I'm going to use the Rimmel Stay matte powder in transparent. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with some contouring or contour, and I'm going to take the Smashbox contouring trio, and this was in my Finish 8 by International Women's Day, but as you can see I didn't, but I'm still using it, so that's fine. I'm just like lightly contouring my cheekbones. And just take the rest on the brush up on my forehead. And then I'm taking a Sueva 109 Luxe face paint, which is one of those, you know, flat brushes. And then I'm just take a tiny bit on the edge. And I like to line it up with my nose and then just like pat. Like this. And then you can sort of change sides on your brush to sort of blend it out very lightly. And now I'm going to go in with a blush that I got yesterday. So this is Nabla's blush in Harper. And the packaging is really pretty. It's like a coppery, sort of matte copper. And this is what the blush looks like. It looks really pink on camera, but it's more like a peach in real life. But it's really pretty. It has sort of like a sheen to it, but I haven't ever used it before, so this is going to be my first impression. That's really pretty. It's like a peachy pink. I like to take a like large stipple brush and just sort of blend it out. Yeah, that's pretty. I like this because it's sort of like a pale blush, so it suits my like fair complexion. It's not too pigmented, so like I like a lot of blush, so I sort of swirl in and then sort of like tap it on. So you could definitely get a lot less than I have on right now. Okay, and now is another project pan item. I'm going to go in with Glow Getter by Anastasia, Beverly Hills and Nicole, Guerreiro. And I'm also, like, I'm dipping into Glow Getter, which is this one. And then this one, which is Forever Young. Because one of them is a bit too like grey toned and the other one is a bit too gold, so together they make a perfect shade for me. And I have Glow Getter in my project pan roulette. Okay, I think that's it for the face, so let's get back to the eyes. I'm gonna zoom in a bit. So I only have one shade left that I haven't used, which is Fortune Teller by Makeup Geek. So I'm just going to take Matt Garcia, this one, and I'm going to run that along like my outer lower lash line. And I'm going to take the same brush we used for Slow Burn, so it has a tiny bit of that red still on the brush. And run that underneath. And then I'm going to take a small like angle brush and I'm going to dip into Fortune Teller and put that on like right here on the inner part of my lower lash line. I just want that like tapered look in the inner corner. And then I'm going to go in with another brush and sort of pack it on. And now I'm just going to go in with a pale white shade. This is from my Sleek PPQ palette. And put this on my inner corner. I'm like trying to hit pan on this shade just because then I will have 3 pans in one palette, and that's like the first time in my life I will have 3 pans in one palette. I currently have 2 palettes with 2 pans in them, so, and like I think I've told you this before, but when I hit like the second pan in the other palette, I was like, oh my god, I have 2 pans in one palette. And then I remembered that I already had 2 pans in this palette, and I was like, like why didn't I think it was more special when I did it in this palette? I don't know. Okay, so I just put a tiny bit of that underneath my brow bone, or on my brow bone underneath my eyebrow. Okay, so I'm just going to put on some mascara and lashes and then I will be right back. Okay, so mascara and lashes are on, I think. And now I'm going to apply the Nabla Diva Crime Lipstick in Rock and Nude. And this, I've never used this before, so I'm excited. Oop, it's a nude. This is what it looks like. I have one of these Nabla lipsticks in Closer, which I really enjoy. That looks pretty. I think that's really pretty. It's like my perfect nude. It's not too light, but not too dark. I think it's pretty. I really like the formula of these. It's really like lightweight, so it's very comfortable on the lips. But yeah, here is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll pose a bit for you. Maybe I should zoom in and do that. So yeah, here is a look that I would do with all of my Pan Those eyeshadows. I really like the green on the lid and then like the warmth of the yellow on the lower lash line. I think that's really pretty. But I have done before that I've put like the majority of the lid space I would go in with Fortune Teller and then just have Limelight like on the inner corner. That's also really pretty, and I think I really like the effect of like warming the look up with the slow burn, so I might do that a lot actually. So yeah, that was everything for this look. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!